Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, guys. I'm going to show you a defensive scheme or defensive strategy that I've been having really good success with. First and foremost, coaching adjustments, baseline, play ball. I always match up by speed. I put my option, strip ball, tackling, a conservative, and then I take my zone drops, my flats, and drop them to 25 yards, and my curl flats I put them either at 5 or 10 yards. Usually I start with 10 yards and then make adjustments in the game, and I leave my hook zones at defaults. Now the defense we're going to be working with is going to be the 43 under. Is the particular defense, and the actual formation I'll be running is going to be the quarters 4. I was setting up my audibles in this type of situation, couldn't set it up correctly, but I went into a run defense to go and stop this guy down. So 43 under is going to be the base defense. I'm going to swap out my top audible, and I'm actually going to go and select cover 4 quarters as my base audible. And then when I come out of the huddle, the play I'm going to use is going to be the safety blitz 3. Now, the reason I use that is, as you can see, the safeties come down in the box, and they really support basically the run. So if my opponent tries to run with his running back, I've got those safeties down and play support. So the key to this is what I do is I call the safety blitz 3. And then I audible into cover 4 quarters, and then I make adjustments to my defensive backs. And this really causes a lot of confusion with your opponent. So I'll take my outside defensive backs and put them into cloud flats or flats, which should fall back into 25-yard depth. And then what I'm going to do is the defensive line, I'm going to take a defensive end or a defensive tackle and actually put them in either spy, man them up against the running back, or put them in a bluff blitz, which turns them into basically a 3-rec hook, and it really screws people up. And then the other 2 adjustments is I'll pass commit, so it gets those guys out in the flats right away, especially against play action, and then I use my middle linebacker. What I'll do too is I'll put basically a real fast middle linebacker, someone who's tall, athletic middle linebacker, so I have that. So you can see right here I was able to go and make that tackle, but I also had that safety coming down to play that. This guy that I played against in Rags was actually he was ranked 5,000 or something like that, and he's got well over like 150 wins. This guy's a good player. He's not a bum. But he actually struggled with this defense, and when I started making an adjustments outside of the base shell, he had a hard time with it. So you can see right here, he's just grinding away. He's got 3 tight ends, a running back type situation, and right here he throws into double coverage. Now my defender didn't get out there quick enough, but he did throw into double coverage. So even a bad player or even a good player is going to make misreads with this defense, because it just doesn't play like they're normally going to see. And this is a regs game, this is a rank game, so basically he can see kind of how the coverages work up. So right here you can see I got it all locked up. I actually sent 4 defensive people down there to lock them up. So once again, running again, he's falling forward for yards, but for the most part I'm actually stopping him. This is basically a bunch set. In this, I don't set up the flats on the outside, and actually I'm able to go ahead and get interception right there. He actually misreads it. So that was one of the plays that worked pretty well. That he discovered it worked fairly well against this defense was basically the standard vertical play. So if you could take a look at the guy at the very top, the guy was top. He actually had a deep like cover 4 beater, but because of the way this defense was set up, that cover 4 beater was actually shut down, and I got stuck on the line right there. I got stuck, and I was trying to go back to that route. So if you have really good control with your user, you don't get really tied up into the defensive line, you probably want to back up a little bit, because this is really more of a coverage defense. It's going to give people trouble. So he tries to go back to that counter once again. It looks like he's got a big hole, but for the most part that's shut down. Right here does play action. He's doing basically scissors concept. Defensive back is there to go and take away that deep corner. And then what's cool about it is that you can easily go ahead, switch into man coverage, and this is going to mess up his reads. It's very easy to go ahead and just do basically 7-man blitz right there, and I get a great player actually to go ahead and quit out against that. So here's gameplay of me doing the same defense in draft champions. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up once again. Conservative. Zone drops to 25. We're going to do this at 10 yards and just make adjustments from there. Once again, set it up. So he's got a wing set, runs out there. So even though he stretches it out far, he gets pretty good yards. You can see the defenders in there in the area to go and stop basically the run. So that's the most important thing. Right here actually hits like a little outside pattern with this good defense. And then we got to go, we're going against an ace formation. So this guy's kind of switching things up a little bit. He's got a drive concept going on right here. He takes a shot up top, think he can get a big completion. I've got basically two defenders over the top. So he's thinking that he's setting me up for a big play because he's seeing cover four, because the safeties are falling back. This is one of the weaknesses of this defense is basically you can expose it with bubbles. That's why you have to pass commit. But right here, look, he's trying to hit the corner. It just takes away a lot of those popular OP corner routes or crossing routes over the middle, deep crossing routes that a lot of people like to hit you with. So if you get someone trying to test that stuff, you could do that. Right here, he's just completely locked up. He actually throws into a guy that is able to go and pick up a first down for him. So that's a situation where basically he just got a little, Madden love in that. If he's living and dying off of plays like that, I'll take that all day long because he's going to throw interceptions by throwing across the field and throwing low, or he's throwing in front of defenders. So right here, he's got a little crosser going off to off the side. I got a block shed, tackle, coverage tackle. He can't get rid of it. Then he actually goes ahead and goes with a spread type situation, and I just jump into a man blitz of this and take away my man responsibility as a result. He takes a shot up top, and just because I've got a defender there, knocks it down. So that's actually a fairly good read by him. That's a good decision by him to do that, to take a shot up top, but because I switched to man coverage, basically I did that. And then right here, get another interception because I've got those cloud flats out there. So this is a really good defense. You got to check it out. Cover 4 coverage, basically switching switching from the safety blitz 3 and making your adjustments. Take a look at it, guys. Once again, until next time.